hello, my name is Molly. It's different. This weird accent I'm doing, I would be saying
I like it,
the
honestly.
part of Kendall by sailing, by walking when you could be sailing. And I am here. I am here with my friend to the west.
Hello. It's me. I'm Scarlett. My pronouns are she, her. I'll be playing they. Their pronouns are they, them.
Will Molly ever get tired of highly ambiguous introductions?
No. Also, on my screen, you pointed like away from both of us. You just like off the screen. Like, that's Wes?
My friend that way. And I'm, of course, pointing south in reality. And, of course, my other friend, even further west.
My name's Adora. I use she, her pronouns. And I'm playing Celestrina, who also uses she, her pronouns.
That is so wonderful. It is so wonderful to be playing the Dungeons and Dragons with you tonight.
Oh, Jaw.
Tolgith. The two syllables scramble into a fuzz before they are quickly shuffled from Bayou's mind. A profound desiccation permeates their body as terror momentarily racks their mind, eyeing the strangers who stood beside them during this assassination attempt. Why would they try to hurt you with this magic? The map Celestrina holds in her hand marks a spot due north of the city. She witnessing the halfling fall forward at the waist, doubling over in pain while they continue to dig through the belongings of the would-be assassins. Or, sorry, the would-have-been assassins.
Girl.
Quickly, different security groups start to arrive to the area and usher their dignitaries out. A group of Sahaugen guards arrive and take the King Regent, Prince Jinrakna, back to their quarters. The Mawakdar and Ohabala dignitaries hang in shock as the reality of the betrayal of the Malopelu sets in. A flurry of sending spells make their way around the city. A dignitary at the meeting, in a deep emerald robe by the name of Ebo, a banker by trade, half-elf with heavily slicked back thick and chestnut hair, barks into a small length of copper wire. Surround the Temple of the Gallant Dagger. No Malupelu leaves that fucking building alive. And into this, our characters are thrust. What was this reaction that you had, Bayou? What did we say? You seem to be in pain.
Yeah, something, I don't know, I heard a sound and it was bad. Sorry. Did you read this out loud, Celestrina?
Yes, I read it out loud. And then, so, did they hear the first three words?
Yeah, you heard the mission of.
Okay, yeah, so you heard me say the mission of.
So, does they realize, like, do I realize what's going on? Do I realize that there's magic hurting me, or am I just like...
You just saw, like, in this moment where you felt this desiccation, you felt all the water as though all the water had been sucked out of your body. And you felt yourself walking around on, like, a primordial plane of sand for, like, a minute. For just a split second, sorry.
Okay. That word that you said just wrecked me. Absolute dryness, desert, horrible, cracking skin and sunburn. I just, ugh.
Oh,
what
which word?
Was that?
Was it?
You could say this directly to my face. Just because I have a lot of sunburn does not mean that's just you can insult me.
Bae's just like...
Your eyes do not get nearly this much sun.
You look fine, man. I don't know.
You are so kind.
For having just traversed a desert, you look great. But
did you hear us? Did you hear me say anything?
Yeah, I heard you say the mission of.
Well, I suppose that. I suppose that narrows it down. That's probably something we should look into, no?
Yeah, you guys didn't hurt when that happened?
Salestrina exchanges a glance with Kendall.
I mean, I hurt in that it hurt to see you hurt, but no.
I think maybe it has something to do with my connection to Admors. I felt like all of the moisture had left my body.
Well, for you, that must have been terrifying.
It was. I think we need to go talk to my mentor.
Tonight?
No, now. And then Bae's gonna turn around and walk out.
So, bleeding from a few wounds on their side that the halfling about faces.
They'll look back as they approach the door and like make sure, like, are you coming?
Exchanges another glance and they both start following. We've been healed or something at this point, I assume, right? Like we're like, I don't know. If I needed medical attention, I would be focused on that and not like going on adventures or whatever. So I'm assuming that we've tended our wounds or something. I don't know. There's medics everywhere. They've probably done something.
We'll say that you have been tended to.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't need hit points. I'm just, we're like I'm ready to walk away now. I've been like.
Salestrina has priorities.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
For someone who deals sufficiently with the Chateau Fay, she approaches things in a very systematic manner. And as for me, as a member of the High House of the Silver Spear, this is very important to me. It helps me understand her. Yes, we will follow you.
I wish I had the range to play characters that were like not the same as me. You know what I mean? Okay, at least she's a little different.
I like Salestrina.
I'm not a diva, so
you
I got that going for me.
So you stride out into the night, and as you do, you see a number of these. You see kind of a weird thing for Salestrina and Kendall to see, something that's pretty normal for Bayou, but strange given the context. A group of druids starting to build a wall of thorns up alongside of these tall brick walls that surround the ziggurat. And you see that these tremendous barriers of thick thorn starting to surround this central ziggurat in the heart of the city. And you kind of push yourself up against the opposite wall and make your way out through across the one of the great bridges and back over to the University of Admors. Bayou has to kind of get to the right place, pull on the right copper wire, speak to the right person, and you are able to get a hold of Guillermo, no problem. And she'll say, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
Does Guillermo know? Has no one talked to Guillermo about the assassination attempt? We're the first people.
I'm waking up. What happened?
Okay. Oh my god. Bad news. I really, really, really botched up this assignment, and I don't think the print is ever going to want to talk to me again.
What?
I mean, they're still alive. Everyone is still alive.
Okay. Wait,
but I just feel like it doesn't reflect well on me.
They're alive. Was dinner not good? Did you insult the seafood?
The assassins were kind of unfortunate.
Assassins?
Yeah, the Malu Pelu. Not cool.
Not cool.
Not cool. Guillermo, not cool.
Odd. Doesn't sound like Malapelu. They don't attack with poison.
Well, they did.
Clearly.
I don't know what to tell you.
I've
And
also never
everybody did
seen a
survive, right?
Malapelu's head explode.
Molly, everyone survived, right? Or did someone die? Now I can't remember.
Yeah, everyone survived.
Everyone survived.
Except for the
Yes,
Listen, I did my job. Everyone survived. But
Okay. So where'd it go wrong?
I don't know. We were just eating dinner, and then all of a sudden the lights went out, and I, didn't really see a lot after that.
We really need to solve this not being able to see in the dark thing. This is really only a problem for you halflings.
As a light cleric, it wouldn't be such a problem, but it's like all the time, man.
Did you forget your light spells? What happened?
For a couple of rounds, I did. Anyway.
Yeah, we got a first thing, probably before you even wake up in the morning. Cast that spell. That's what we taught you like day one. You've been casting light
priority,
since you were a kid.
You know how important this mission is to me. You know how important this is to my future. I was not about to let the Prin die.
Great. So you didn't. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Why am I awake?
I don't know. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm confused. I don't know what's happening with the Malapelu. And then at the end, I found this note that I couldn't read, but everyone else could read it. And there was a word on it that, like, screwed with my connection with Udmorse. And I'm kind of scared.
Who said this word?
One of the new people who came to help with the Pirja situation.
So they hurt you with magic, then you brought them here.
Yeah, they're like literally with me right now. These are them.
Well, why did you bring people who attacked you with magic?
They didn't attack me with magic. The paper with the naughty word on it came from the Malapelu.
Okay, and so can I see
Innocent
this
bystander
paper?
just happened to read paper.
Can I see the paper?
I'm not touching the paper. I'll gesture to.
This is an in-person conversation?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, assuming we've been here like holding in laughter the whole time. I'll produce the paper for Garmo.
Great. This is garbage. Thank you for dragging me out of bed. This is the kind of bullshit that Taz would pull.
Can you read
Speaking
it?
of which, she pulls out a Tupperware.
Raremo, do not compare me to Taz. I would never. This is a serious situation.
You dragged me out of bed to look at a piece of garbage? I don't
know.
It's garbage.
What's your name? Pointing at Celestrina.
Oh yeah. Celestrina.
You can read it, right? It says something to you.
We can actually both read it. It's only the two of you so far who we've confirmed can't. And we figured you'd probably start by trying to do some kind of detect spell on it or something like that before tossing it away as garbage, but I guess not.
Sorry, I don't typically suspect paper of containing magic unless it's a scroll. But this is just a little, So you
Grimo,
think,
have
right,
I
here we
ever
go.
brought a false alarm to your attention?
No, but everyone has a first time, right? And you see her kind of reach down to her a pouch, a satchel around her waist, and she'll take a couple. She'll grab a handful of sand, of kind of wet sand, and she'll shake it twice and throw it on the ground, and you'll see kind of like an arcane ring burn into life around her eyes. And she stares down at the paper, and she's like, "Great, it's a piece of paper."
Well, can you read it?
It's garbage. What do you mean? Can I read it?
All right.
Okay.
So I think you go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and read it, and then Bay's gonna cover their ears.
Me?
I don't want you to attack me. What are you talking about?
Well, it just seems like you don't believe me.
They can hurt me with magic? Yeah, I believe that they can hurt me with magic.
Slow down. We don't have to do magic to hurt you. We just have to say the name of this place. That's not even that far away. I feel like that would be a cause for concern, no? If all we had to do is say a word. Why don't you watch us with those eyes and see if we cast any spells when I say the word, and you can see how it affects you.
Legolas, look at me with your magic eyes. And Grandma stops fiddling with the spinning fidget ring around her tooth and her tusk that erupts from her kind of darker green. Actually, she's a lighter yellow olive skinned half orc, and she sets it down, and the runes on the ring start to glow, and she eyes you.
Okay. Tolgith.
And again, so Bayou hears nothing, and you feel this, you see this powerful mage double over. And she's like, great, so that hurt. Ouch. I saw exactly what Bayou said. So what you've described now, what you've done now, is you've cast, like, somehow I can't see it, but you've cast a spell on me. Thank you. That was wonderful.
All
Really
right. Well, this has been very helpful, but
I have no idea why a piece of garbage with a word written on it would randomly hurt me and Bayou.
How many different pieces of evidence do you need before you believe us when we tell you that we can read it?
If you can read it, I have no idea what this word is.
Not only can you read a word,
the paper besides the word.
Yeah, yes. There's a map, and it says the mission of, and then the word that I'm not going to say again. There's a map, yes, to a place just outside of town.
Can you draw the map on another piece of paper?
Great question.
So what will happen is Grandma will pull out the copperware and say, Taz, get me some fucking maps of the city. And they will kind of bring out a bunch of maps of like the farmsteads that are north of where you are, kind of north. Why I have so much trouble with this. Northeast of where you are. Okay. And you try to draw to communicate where this would be, like you try to like show them on there where it would be, and this like there's a wall up, like as long as you are trying to communicate this information, Bayou and Grandma can't see it, but you are able to kind of like Kendall and you will be able to kind of place it on the map where it should be.
Okay. And what happens if I start describing the location by saying things like it is further north than, and then some other thing?
If you can get the most that you can get is that it's north of the city, and then after that, it becomes gibberish to Bayou and Grandma.
What about Taz? And Taz, okay.
So like what happens if I'm like, Celestrina, I will hold the pen, take my hand, and guide me?
Your hand freezes. Your arm locks in place.
That's so cool. Well, it's not enough people to figure out if this is a spell on us or on you. But certainly something fishy is happening. And it doesn't seem like you can see anything on either of us. Any of us. Is that true?
That's true.
Great.
Okay. Well, I'm just freaked out with everything else that's going on, and just the way that it affected my connection to Admurs. I just feel like it's not a good sign. We have to figure out what it is. It's got to be connected.
Well, I guess we could go there and take a look around. I wonder if it would physically stop you and Taz and Guillermo from even getting close.
I mean...
And Celestrina, as you hear that, as you say that, you hear in the back of your head, my daughter.
Uh-oh.
Please continue.
Okay, yeah, whatever you were going to say, you say that, and then I'll react to that.
I mean, there's only one way to find out, right?
Could you excuse me for a moment? Is this, I'm assuming that I'm used to this in
This
character.
is a bit of direct.
Got it.
This is a familiar voice, but this is more direct.
Sure. So I'll go in the corner and just start like trying to respond in my brain. Hi, is everything okay?
I need something from you, and I can get you where you need to go, and I can get the scared little child that you're carrying with you. But you will owe me something.
Wouldn't I always? What is it that you need?
I'll tell you once you're there. I'll see you at the at where that little map leads you.
Uh-huh. Well.
And the voice slips from your mind.
Celestina mutters. I just went to the corner and like faced the corner.
You're just like standing in the corner talking to yourself.
I'm not talking. I'm thinking.
And you recognize this as the voice of Koshid, Qoshid.
Cool. And that is who is, which we can go into the details later. But this is my warlock patron, who is an archfey, which we can discuss details later of. But yeah, so Celestina is going to turn around and roll her eyes. Well, I think I may have found a way for us to get there.
Okay.
Yes, what is it?
Okay, actually, they didn't tell me how they're going to get us there, did they?
What do you mean?
That's out
We
of
know
here.
where it is on the map. We can find it. They cannot tell where. I might as well be speaking, I don't know, giantish when I'm talking to them, but we know where it is on the map.
I think that if we approach together, we will be able to figure out how to get in once we get there. It's
through the wheel, all
thing.
things are possible.
The wheel, the Fae, there are lots of powerful forces out in the world. I have a question off character. Is this name on any of the maps? Or like listed anywhere? Like, is this like a name of a place that people know? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little more to go on given the context of our situation than it's a Fae thing.
My patrons said that they can help out. They didn't tell me how. And sometimes you have to just learn not to ask, but they've never steered me wrong before. So as long as we keep our wits about us, I think that we'll probably do okay. Although I'm not really trying to leave tonight.
No, definitely.
I do not think this would be a good idea.
Okay, well, I guess I trust you. So we'll have a nap and then we'll go in the morning?
Wouldn't you like to know who tried to kill your friend?
I mean, I assume that there's... What do you mean? How would I find that out? Yes, I would.
What we are offering you is information based off of the people who tried to kill your friend.
What? Wait, what?
The assassins who tried to kill your prin.
Yeah, I was there.
Who you hid behind the table.
Yes, very effectively. You're welcome.
We found... Yes. We are very proud. We are very happy to have you fighting by our side.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a tremendous asset.
This is evident. But
Charmed.
This map, this location, this is information that we got from the assassins.
I guess that makes sense. So we go there, we find out about the assassination attempt. I am pretty sure it's going to be connected to all of this other business that's going on. So then we'll save everyone. We'll have an even larger body of evidence to take to the Council of Swords. And, it can't hurt, right?
This is a wonderful spirit to have. And we have a spare bed if you want to stay with us at the inn. It may be a little sticky. Odyssey had a good amount of sweets before he made his decisions.
They do live here,
Yeah,
That's
no,
true.
that's okay. I will stay in my bed and not the dead guy's bed. But thank you. I do appreciate the offer. Great sense of camaraderie. Let's circle back and meet up in the morning.
Brilliant.
That sounds great.
We can meet here at the north end of the city.
Okay. Just so that I understand the vibe, I feel like this should be kind of a covert operation.
All right.
Does that check out with everybody?
What exactly
This
are we
makes
hiding
sense to me.
from?
Well, I don't know. But, seeing as how it seems likely, since I just, hearing the name of the place did damage to me and potentially irreparable damage to my connection with my god, going there physically, might not go well.
Well.
So I just think, like slow and steady kind of.
So do you want to meet somewhere else? Or do you want to
leave
this a different way? Or...
No. I wanted to just get the vibe, but my other partners, sometimes there was like a real, just like kind of charge in kind of vibe. And, so I just wanted to feel you out.
All right. Well, we can be circumspect.
Okay. Great. And are we still in the room with Guillermo?
Guillermo is berating Taz over in the corner for being drunk when he's supposed to be on call.
Okay. On that note, that is the party I was just talking about. So we should go so that he does not come with us.
No. I could find a perfect person to go with them. I am the best wizard that this academy has ever seen.
It's a 2-hour walk.
We need you here, buddy. We need you here.
Actually, I was meaning to come and find you. I was wondering if you could show me something.
I can show you any wizard in this school. Everybody knows me, and everybody just is so excited to do me favors.
How great for you. I think from here, I don't need to continue to like role play what happens with Celestrina and Taz. But if like everyone else goes home to go to bed, then we can explain what is going to happen like in the morning or whatever.
No, I will wait for you here. One assassination attempt per night. I do not want to leave you alone with this very nice stranger that is very confident. But yeah, no, I will stay here with you.
I think.
Well, I can show you the greatest wizard. I can show you all the greatest wizards that, besides myself, that this area has to offer. No problem. Come right on upstairs. No problem. Kendall will go.
Thanks.
Kendall will hang out, and the party will disperse for the night, unless you have anything else you want to talk to Guillermo about by you.
No, but Bay is going to go to whatever the sick bay or wherever they're keeping the injured people, and talk to the Prin, apologize profusely, and also see if the Prin noticed anything suspicious about the Malapelu that we hadn't noticed during the attack.
Okay, great. So you go and you collect that. The next morning comes. Rooster noise. And you in the sun breaks and the dew hangs lightly over the Thorn, this rough and tumble neighborhood on the northern edge of the Twin Rivers. you kind of the sharp desert cacti with the flowering plants that seem to erupt out of every street corner are seem to be waking up just with the rest of the market as the flowers seem to be coming right and ready, angling themselves towards the sun. You start to make your way north out of the city, where you catch up with Bayou on the outskirts of the University of Admours, a collection of tall brick buildings just north of the Thorn. What would you like to do?
I think Bay's already been there for like 2 hours, just on the off chance that you guys also showed up early. So they're gonna like get up and like stretch their back and be like, okay, yeah, good.
All right. Well, I was just thinking, I heard that Taz is one of the most experienced and skilled casters of the detect magic spell that's around. So I thought I would go and chat with him about rituals. And he was not as enthusiastic as I expected, but he did help me out by helping me get access to a different spell. And I thought it might be helpful if you are worried about people watching us or following us or anything like that, which, to be fair, could always happen. Better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely interested and very pleased to hear that Taz was helpful in any way, honestly.
Well, it wasn't easy, but you do what you got to do, right?
How tall is Celestrina?
Pretty tall, I think. Like already an Eladrin, and then even then, like not short for an Eladrin.
So what is that? Because I'm trying to think about like, do you fit Taz's like need to be taller than what
probably
he said he is?
You're the one who knows how tall elves are in your universe, so I think that probably taller than 6'5". Elves are tall.
All right, so you probably want to like towering over Bayou the halfling at this point. You come right up to so Taz has an immediate interest in you just because of your height, whereas the kind of short 5'10" Kendall kind of looks up at you. So what ritual did he teach you?
Oh, it's I'm gonna try to summon someone to keep watch for us. Should just appear out of the ether, as it were, and be useful.
I would love to see this.
Okay.
And Kendall will like set down his bag.
Okay, so now what I have done is I have the great trickster patron who we talked about before, which is from Ultimate Adventurer's Guide. And one of the things that you can do is the spell thief thing, where if somebody casts a spell, I can like use a spell slot to like steal it and then cast it myself later. And so I asked Taz to do the Find Familiar for me. And so I'm casting Find Familiar, which is a pretty standard spell, but yeah.
So Celestrina, with a handful of chalk and a grip of burning incense, dives into this ritual, and you see her in a flurry of focus for about 10 minutes as she reaches into the beyond to pull a creature from there. And as you reach open into the Fey realm to rip out the creature in front of you.
Yes. So yeah, let's play it like this. So a portal slowly opens up. It's like glowing brighter and brighter, but then starts to like grow dimmer while I continue casting this spell. But like one of our, or my backpack starts glowing instead, and which is weird.
This is how you're regular.
But I keep casting the spell, and then eventually, like, my backpack glows brighter and brighter, and then
you even have a magic backpack?
Is that supposed to be happening?
I don't know.
I'm in the middle of, I don't know, incanting, so I can't like respond.
Fey magic is metal.
And then it like there's a flash, and my backpack has opened up, and up floats a turtle with beautiful oil slick glowing wings.
This is something truly beautiful. Something from one of Odyssey's sketchbooks, no doubt. Truly tremendous to know that Odyssey is, well, still with us in some small way.
That was not supposed to happen. Because I'm pretty sure, well, I suppose I can ask. So I can speak to the turtle now, and like I will communicate with her and confirm that this is in fact Josephine Odd's turtle, who has now been transformed by my spell rather than summoning a new creature.
Yeah, you look and you confirm. You feel a deep hunger for lettuce as you start to commune with Josephine. And Devil's Leaf, which Odd swore up and down that he didn't feed her. But
I think
it gets loose in the bag. Yeah, it gets loose in the bag. What are you gonna do?
I think you actually met the other day, right?
Who are you?
What?
Sorry.
Because Bay was in the room when we went through Odd's stuff, right?
Oh, probably, yeah. Does Bay would recognize the turtle as the turtle they saw earlier? Yeah. Did you resurrect your friend in the body of a winged turtle?
I really doubt it.
Okay.
I think probably, well, again, I'll give the details later, but I do have a suspicion as to how this happened, and I wouldn't worry. It should. I think Josephine could be very helpful if she wants to be.
Yeah. The lack of understanding is not giving me great confidence in your mastery of magic. Are you sure we're gonna be safe? I know you said maybe you had a friend or like a god that was gonna help you.
Yes, my
it seems like maybe you don't.
My patron Koshid is it like Koshid or Koshid?
Koshid.
My patron Koshid, well, I mean, you know how the Fae can be, but generally
I don't know, actually.
Generally if he's agreeable, I find. And also so far I haven't had any issues in terms of their allegiance, shall we say. I'm pretty sure that they want to prevent the stuff we're trying to prevent about as much as we do. So it just so happens that Koshid's domain, as it were, pertains to this sort of thing. So this isn't the first time she will have played a trick on us. I've seen him do all kinds of things before.
Okay, well, I'm just saying it seems like you guys have kind of a toxic relationship. If you ever want to talk about other options, Admors, my god, is amazing. And these are just like red flags that I'm seeing is all I'm saying. So like, no pressure.
Bayou, we very much appreciate, we are happy to journey with you. We will not probably, we have our own face, you have your face. We very much appreciate you being willing to share your face and culture with us. But we probably are not worth wasting your time on.
Okay, well, I'm coming for you later, bud. So just hang tight.
You are a wonderful halfling person.
Thank you. Yes,
I very much
I am
appreciate
wonderful.
you.
Yes. Thank you. Good.
I'm
I appreciate
so humble.
Well,
I see where Tars got it from.
We are all just droplets on the tongue of Admors.
Terrifying. This is truly terrifying. We are grains of sand in the wheel of kindred, as we would say in my culture.
Celestine just starts walking towards the place while you have this conversation.
So,
sorry?
I'm going to ask Josephine to fly above and keep watch.
okay. As you make your way along, you start to make your way north out of the city, and they're kind of flying between in the narrow alleyways of these adobe brick buildings that are about three stories tall. And as you get further and further northeast, the buildings start to clear out, thin out. You get more and more summer of the late autumn sky here in Admurs, and the sun is so fucking brutal. And you begin your kind of 2-hour-long walk, kind of traipsing along the side of farmlands, keeping on your left to your kind of northwest, to your north, if you're going this way, northwest. Yeah, so to your left side, there's this cliff face, and up on the top, there is this large flatlands called the Northern Wastes. And you press along these, there's the fields on your right, the cliffs on your left, and you walk for about 2 hours. As this happens, Celestrina, you're walking along and you hear in your head again, "My daughter, you call your siblings from the Fey realm to fight alongside you and return them scorched in black flame. Celestrina, they are your kin. Why aren't you taking better care of them?" And you see this kind of standing beside you. There's this gangly black, gangly claw-footed creature, four legs, rise to meet a central torso that could barely thinner than a mop handle, and two small arms dangle out with bulging joints that seem to poke basically through the skin of this creature, and like a splayed butterfly wing with three eyes cascading down each side of the wing, and small furry feelers up top. This creature with the 6 orange eyes that seem to roll around in disjointed directions is leaning over and admonishing you for not taking care of your butterfly siblings as well.
Oh, okay, wait. And they said that and returning them blackened and stuff.
You sent it back to the Fey realm with burns all over them. I understand they are trying to help you fight them, but could you not send them back burned? I had to uncook half of your brothers.
I see. Okay. And does anyone else react to their presence, or I just see them?
You're seeing them at this point.
Okay.
They're like walking alongside you.
Wait, I can't see them though. Okay.
Well, great one. I am displeased to hear of your displeasure and your effort. I do feel happy that you are taking care of them. So you can kind of like...
Too, I will take care of you when you pass from what you are now and become what they will be.
That is good to hear. What I'm trying to convey here is that Celestrina is very good and careful about how she speaks to the Fae and like that sort of thing. So regardless of whether I like stumble in character or whatever, I think that like, yeah, Celestrina knows a thing or two about interacting with powerful beings who could like take advantage of your wording, which is why she wouldn't say something like, you know, "Oh, thank you for doing that," or whatever, but rather like phrase it a different way.
Gotcha.
Yes. Truly, it is unfortunate when we have to go up against such formidable foes who can summon such gouts of flame, I do try to take care of them as much as I can, of course. But sometimes, well, as you say, we have an important calling at the moment.
Your trifles with the omnichromatic mistress and her thralls should not be taken lightly. This is very fucking dangerous, what you're dealing with. You are not ready.
Oh?
For whoever this last one was, whatever they were doing in that tower. You are not ready for Kranush.
Is that a name I recognize?
No.
Okay. I see.
If you mess with them, I will be sending you out like your butterfly brothers and sisters are.
And is there anything we can do to try to prevent disaster with my current capabilities or those of my companions?
Facing Kranush head on is not something that you can do now. You need more help or to be stronger. You will grow stronger given time and given training, of course. But I will be more generous with the powers I can afford you. If you are generous with the information you provide me.
I see. And then with such power, we will be more able to make a difference here then.
And you kind of hear this disembodied voice from this kind of horror that is clanking along beside you, this horror from the Shadow Fae. We'll say, I cannot make any guarantees that I cannot hold, that I do not hold all the cards to. You will be stronger.
Well, all right. Okay, so quickly out of character, are we is the information thing this is a thing that is where playing is established between the two of us? Okay,
no, I'll lay it out.
Okay. All right then. What is the information that you seek?
Where you are going is an old place with memories of dead gods. I just want to know everything there is to know about the living ones' memories that are encaged there. This dam breaker that your halfling friend is so enamored with. So worried about sand and no water. Oh, no water. I went for 1,000 years in the Shadow Fae without any water. Your little halfling friend will be fine. I'm sure that the dam breaker will have some great memories stored within that can maybe tell a better story or maybe give me some insight. So, if you find any books penned by this dam breaker from when they were in their mortal form, you bring it straight to me.
I understand. Certainly, I will seek such information and attempt to provide it to you in exchange for, as you've said, support.
It's time for football.
that what that sounds like?
No,
I guess it is. I didn't think about that.
It's very chopped up from where we are.
That makes sense because it's far from the mic. But anyway. Yes. Okay. So yeah, Celestrina has agreed to seek the information in exchange for power and support in fighting against our enemies here.
You're maybe seeing some of these things might rattle the little one's faith. You might be careful to protect them from it. It's hard to understand one's djinn or little demigod as fallible.
I am happy to have your advice.
You always were very political, Celestrina. You're one of my favorite daughters, and everyone will see your hair tousle, like Celestrina's bright red hair tussle in the wind as this like nasty shadowy claw kind of that seems to like shake around, like seems to stutter through the weave, tussles your hair really uncomfortably, and it's kind of like it's not wet, but it's also not a nice dry. And it's a little bit fuzzy as it kind of touches your head. It's a little moist and a little fuzzy, like a squishmallow that didn't go all the way through the dry cycle.
I'm so happy about that. And of course, the two of you are just like watching me probably have a conversation with something that you can't see.
Yeah, Bay's gonna lean over to Kendall and be like, "Is this normal?"
Well, no, this is not normal for Celestrina, but you don't typically come across someone with this great power without, some consequences. And sometimes walking through a field talking to yourself is the price that you pay for power. I never have anything strange happen to me, of course.
Do you think we should be concerned?
Don't worry, it will come for you too. There will be times that you are just talking to yourself for no reason.
Bay's eyes just get really big. And they're like, I mean, I hope not. I don't know. What? Okay.
Are you? You know that Admors is watching you.
Yeah, I mean,
you are no longer small peas, as they say.
Admors is watching everyone because they pervade through everything all the time.
Yes, Admors is water. I understand the metaphor, but you know that the gods have a specific interest in you.
In me, you think? Why do you think that? No, he wouldn't. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Probably doesn't have time.
I watched you rip a massive ball of flame from nothing. Do you think that Admors just gives this to anyone?
Well, I have thought about that a lot. The flame seems like a weird choice for Admors and the water god situation. I don't know. But I think it's just like I drew a long straw. Some people draw a short straw. I drew a long straw. Yeah. I mean, we are all equal in Admors' eyes.
That may be true in some ways. In other ways, the water god gives you a pouch full of fire for another reason. This is your god telling you that you are destined for great things. And you see kind of this like you're remembering watching this kind of like Kendall's portent magic. Like you've seen him manipulate probability and like predict the future before, and he's like looking at you with that same look.
Bay's probably gonna get kind of quiet and pensive after that and think about how they feel about being special in the eyes of this god that's supposed to be, you know, that they've always perceived as sort of giving equal attention to all of their disciples or followers.
And so when you arrive to the point that was marked on the map, and again, Bayou, this is just like a regular ass stone cliff face. Like, you're just looking at this.
Does Bay feel anything as they approach?
There is definitely, the closer and closer you get to the point, there is a pit. There's like a deep sinking, like a heavy weight in the core of Bay's stomach. Like that, this, like, Oddmoors might punish them for going forward and doing this, or that they're doing something forbidden.
Bay is gonna reach out to Oddmoors, especially after this conversation with Kendall. Just like for reassurance. Like a child.
Okay, you do that.
Do I get a response?
No.
Okay. Well, Bay's
no more than anyone reaching out to their god normally does.
Bay's comforted in the knowledge that
you bring you're still able to, like, call a mode of fire into your hand. Like, you're still able to do all your things. Yeah,
so it was Bay's like, yeah, no. He would have responded if he was looking at me specifically. I'm just another water droplet. Everything is fine.
So you arrive to this kind of the marked location, and you look out across this large field with plants growing into stalks about 8 or 9 feet tall, some sort of grain. And you look out across the sea of green, and behind you, this absolute wall of sand and these cliffs that lead up to this nearly never-ending desert. And this time, manifesting in front of all of you, Bayou, Kendall, and Celestrina, you all see Koshit, this creature, this long, this shadowy figure with the butterfly eyes that I described before. And,
oh God!
And to be clear, because I looked this up when you were telling me about Koshid, it's like their face is like a butterfly, but sometimes butterflies have like shapes on their wings that look like eyes. So it's like a butterfly has shapes on their wings that look like eyes, but they're actually eyes, and their face is the butterfly.
Bay's gonna look around and see what's.
Do not worry, I'm seeing this too. Celestrina, do we roll initiative for this?
Oh, I shouldn't think so. So you can see him this time then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I see him.
I see. Well, meet my patron, Khushid, an archfey of metamorphosis, shall we say. And I just had a conversation with her a little while ago.
And so they look at you and they say, well, you should be more scared. And you see them, where you are going is not, well, it's here, but it's also not here. That's why you can't see it. It's located here, but it goes somewhere else. Does that make sense?
I think that makes perfect sense.
Not remotely.
And like you see this shadowy creature drive this 4-pronged claw just into a random bunch of sand and just pulls the sand open, like tearing open the fabric of time. And you recognizing this is like you've plucked the strings of the weave before to call down fire, whatever it might be, and you just see this creature just go like bend a section open, like they're undoing a woven fabric, and just hold open a door for you to go through. And you see on the other side of it, clearly, like very ancient architecture of the Daggerlands, the area of Udmors.
So
before it was called Udmors.
Will this be here for us to leave?
Darling, I'm not going to leave my greatest daughter trapped in a demi-plane. Come on, we have too much great things to do for that. But I'll be here to make sure that you deliver me what I require.
And my companions.
Sure.
I'm so happy to have your assistance, my great patron.
You are very lucky. Don't send any more of your brothers and sisters back burned. I hate burns. Do you have any idea how bad it smells? Celestrina. And they will complain at you about burning until you walk through the portal into this entryway, this kind of demi-plane with this ancient Daggerlands architecture.
I'm assuming that is referring to like when I animate the caterpillars, or is it just like the butterfly? Okay.
Yeah, it's caterpillars.
Because they did get roasted last time.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's rough.
As Bae passes by, they're gonna kind of look up cautiously and bow and be like, Mrs. Celestrina, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, and you're looking, this creature is about 10 feet tall. And so this thing is about 3 times as tall as you. So Bayou is cranking their neck to look up. And you look up and you say, Miss Koshid, very nice to meet you. And this 4-pronged claw, reaches down and taps you on the shoulder, like trying to be comforting, but you just feel this soggy fluff that kind of wraps around your shoulder and says, very nice to meet you too. Please come by if you're looking to do any business.
I love Kushida. This is so fun. This is great. I love this character.
Oh, what kind of business do you do? Are you in real estate or?
And Koshid will kind of grab you by the scruff of your purple robe and chuck you into the portal and then slam it shut. So as you step in through this kind of pulled apart stitch in the weave, you step forward, and in front of you is this archway that leads into a darkened tunnel, and you see above it kind of scrawled in an ancient Udmursian script, kind of from the very early. This is like for us in this world, it would be like seeing Roman numerals and Roman writing on a building, and so you're seeing this on this archway, and it says resting place for all that should be forgotten.
Spooky. Okay.
And on either side there are empty traditional Udmursian drinking vessels, kind of like in large scale on either side of the entryway. Do you walk on in?
I'm beginning to think that maybe Koshid had a point about us not being scared enough. This place, it's something big.
Bae is gonna walk forward and take a sip of water from the basin.
So you sip from the vial.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Did you say there's...
The drinking vessels are empty.
Oh, I thought they were like magically full of water kind of vibes. Okay. And they can just be picked up? They're just like little drinking vessels?
Statues, right? They're like big.
Yeah, they're statue size.
Okay. All right.
They're scaled up.
They're taller than you.
Fair enough. Then yeah, Bay's just gonna sort of pay tribute as they walk in.
Do you take a sip of your holy water?
Sure.
Is that normal?
No, but I'm here for it.
Commit
like,
it, you know?
In times of danger, right? So you've had religious rites performed on you with this, initiation rituals into different members of the cloth and whatever it might be. And occasionally you've gotten some holy water on your lip, on your tongue. You got a little bit on the side of your cheek once. And it has a certain intense, very hard mineral taste to you. And it's like that flavor dialed up to 100.
Like sucking on a scale of
potent flavor.
Like
on
blood?
A scale of
like
iron? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. On a scale of sucking on a pebble to copper, what's the...
I don't have a good answer for that. It is like very metallic. It is not like blood in that it doesn't feel thick, but it is super mineral intense flavor.
Okay.
Just like literally Molly doesn't have an understanding of how to answer that question.
Cool. It's gonna be like, oh no, that's why we never do that.
But you know that this is not how holy water normally tastes. You've tasted it before, but it's that times like 100.
Okay.
I guess they couldn't be bothered to give me any clues about where to look, huh?
And you see lifting up from behind, hint, inside, and then she slams. Then they slam the portal shut again.
Oh, Z's the best.
I'm getting weird vibes from this place.
Okay, so we're like inside.
You are looking at the entryway.
But we're inside.
You're inside the portal.
But so what's around us outside?
So you look around and it is a kind of like a copper toned desert that sort of goes endlessly in all directions, except for this entryway into the cliff in front of you.
Okay, it's in the cliff. I missed that the first time. That's cool. Okay, so it's the same cliff.
Definitely, yes.
The same cliff,
or some very similar cliff.
Or it's in the same spot-ish. Okay, all right. Now I'm grokking what we were seeing. Okay, we as a party, do we have like stuff? Are we? How cautious are we?
7 health potions. We have 7 health potions.
No, but like, we don't have a rogue, right? Okay,
right.
Does Kendall have detect magic? Like, where are we at with like going into like portal? Like, do we just walk into places? Because I don't really have anything else that I can do about it besides walk in. But Josephine could go first.
Are there signs, Molly, that anyone else has been here anytime recently?
Make a survival check.
All right.
I love how mask off I am about the status of my desk.
15.
Okay.
15.
Okay. Let's see what Kendall gets. actually rolls a 15 minus 1.
That's
yeah,
great.
no, it the sand just kind of sits. It seems to be, you can't really make head or tail out of whether footsteps are recent. The time seems strange. This is like a weird pocket dimension. You're sort of so disoriented by this dimensional shift you've just underwent that really kind of parsing apart what might be a natural dune and what might be a footprint is beyond your capability right now.
Okay, Salestrina is going to be like, there better not be some kind of fire trap here, or I'm going to be in trouble, and ask like Caterpillar to walk through first.
The caterpillar walks.
Okay, then I go in. We're going in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what spells Candle has anymore.
Before we do anything else,
okay,
Faye is going to cast light on a coin and put it in their pocket. So it's completely covered and not, shining through the cloth or anything, but available if needed.
Josephine also glows now.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
So leading the way is a shining Tertullian beacon, and a caterpillar, and
I have so many critters now.
Anyways,
point that out.
So, as you make your way into this area, you walk down a long hallway of different reliefs, and on the walls, you see a fresco of the mortal Admurs. You see kind of their trademark, they're a darker skinned humanoid with beard hair that wraps around their lips and their chin, and a thick neck beard that comes up to a shortly cropped head of black hair with baubles.
Is this like a Siddhartha Gautama situation?
Is this a what?
Is this like a Buddha situation where he was like a normal guy and then ascended to Jinhood? Is that how that works? Would Odd know that? I mean, would Bay know this? I know I am. Okay. Yeah. This is common knowledge.
You would definitely know this. Yeah, because that's like the big story with Admurs, is that like the Daggerlands were so parched and there was so much suffering there that Admurs famously led like a revolution about I think it was 1500 years ago, against this djinn that had this giant dam built to the north that had been keeping all the water from the Daggerlands. And Admurs is called the Dam Breaker because they done broke the dam. And they brought water and life to the Daggerlands. And
then everyone else was like, damn, son. Sorry.
Damn they offspring. Damn non-binary offspring. Where do you find this?
That's why they're
offspring. Where do you find this?
That's actually, I don't know if you knew this, but that's actually why it's called Offspring.
Why is that?
Oh, because it's that spring. It's from Admurs. Yes, love. Too cute.
You broke my brain a little bit there. Damn, son, where'd you find this? All right. That comes up for me every once in a while. It still just cycles through. I don't know. As you do. So yeah, you see Admur's kind of, and you see this this triumphant march of Admur's riding a horse-like creature through the desert with their party, and they have these long white robes with red sashes tied around their waist and gold trim. And so you're looking at this fresco, and this is like, for Bayou, This is like going to the best history museum of your god. This is like being a Mormon going to the mothership in Salt Lake City. Like this is like hype, or Catholics at the Vatican. It's hype.
Does this appear unnaturally well preserved? Given that we expect it to be around from the time of ancient Udmurs?
If you did not know you were in a demiplane, none of this should be here.
Okay, cool. I mean, that makes sense. It's not like a clue. It's just neat.
Yeah, this is clearly like from the time when Udmurs was still kicking as like a non-binary dude. A nude, if you will.
I will.
Oh, I will.
I was about to myself. So.
Bay. Thanks for inviting me, honestly. Bay is gonna walk over reverently and place a hand on this beautiful mural and have a moment of connection with Udmurs internally, but then also fixate on what you described as a horse-like creature, which I would like to hear more about, please.
It's just a horse. It's a horse that's better designed for the desert.
Camel.
Yeah, I have
reason.
Creative Commons Zero art that I have chosen, so I can pull it up. This is the inspo for Udmurs, right? So this is Udmurs sitting after having liberated the flood for the Daggerlands and walking on this cliffside. Where you are and looking down at the inundated valley just after the flood that they brought. And this is their group of like their trusted people and just their number ones and
the crew. This is the crew. Mm-hmm.
This is the crew. Yeah.
Yep. That's the official theistic term.
The official theistic term. A cadre is what I was trying to conjure.
A cadre.
So yeah, Bay's gonna reach out, reverently place a hand on the stone or the plaster, whatever. And have a moment of connection. Notice for a second the weird, beautiful, majestic horse, and then take a second and reflect on their connection with Udmurs.
Cool. So you'll stop. Bayou, are you okay?
There's like a tear in the corner of their eye. They're like, yeah, I'm good. Just it's beautiful,
And so you hear up ahead, you hear some chattering. You hear some voices going back and forth.
Okay, like voices.
Yep. You're not able to make it out from this distance.
I'm gonna tap Celestrina and Kendall and like hunker down.
Okay.
We can hear them too.
Yeah, you can hear the chattering. You can't make out any details, but you can hear it.
Let's ask Josephine to take a look forward, shall we?
Can you ask her to dim her light?
Yes, I will ask. And you see Josephine's glow kind of diminish. Doesn't Kendall have a spell for this also? But I'm happy to use Find Familiar for it. But Kendall, if they might do if they still have that spell, but I don't know if they do. But anyway, let's just do Josephine right now. So Josephine will glow less.
Fly, Josephine, fly.
And go investigate the noise.
Okay, so Josephine starts to flit forward. Do you warg into her senses?
Yeah.
Okay, so Celestrina goes blind and places her hand on the wall. You see a thin layer of cartilage, a thin layer of white tissue cover the eye briefly, kind of like fading out her vision.
Oh yeah,
and you
it's like
see-
oil slick.
Like a third eyelid?
My eyes go oil slick. The
Ooh.
blue shiny oil slick.
Yep, and Josephine will come to a fork, and the voices seem to be coming from the left fork, and there's a right fork that also leads away.
Assuming that those forks well, okay. If there's nothing there, we can I can hold Kendall's hand and we can follow. So we can meet up at the fork, and then Josephine can continue to scout. And we'll probably, I assume that we'll mark our way so we don't get lost.
Yep, this has just been there's been different frescoes of Admors's victories throughout these hallways. You're just seeing how cool is Admors though? Kind of type art all
Super
along the
cool.
way.
Okay.
And so you all catch up to the fork. And as you listen down, you hear a low grinding voice say, kind of it sounds like almost a mechanical set of vibrations that seem to be forming syllables. And Molly the human has trouble actually doing this with her voice. And so you hear this hammer out. Where are the sigils? And then you hear back in the voice of Llewellyn, he didn't have them. I killed him for his insolence. He didn't have them.
And the sigils, those are the those are the talismans.
The necklaces that the first two of the kind of inner circle of Hirja had.
We already sent those off back to our commanding officers, right?
Yep.
Correct. And then we expect that there are 3 total because of the 3 dragons.
The 3 sigils binding Nilmananji to the volcano.
Oh, the 1 dragon, 3 sigils that we saw in the beginning. Okay. By the way, what did Koshid call Hirja? Antichromatic?
The omnichromatic mistress.
Cool.
And her thralls.
Okay, so Celestrina and Kendall share a look at hearing this.
This is disturbing.
Yes. I suppose this is also what we wanted to, right? What we wanted to find.
Not like this.
Well, yeah, I'm not happy about the specific words that I heard. I'm just saying we wanted to find Llewellyn, right? So I guess we should be ready to do something about it.
Yes.
So what do we do?
Send Josephine down there.
All right.
What else could we do? I mean, if this Cranouche is down there with Llewellyn, if we cannot kill, well, wait, okay, now I gotta parse out what Kendall knows and what Molly knows. Give me 1 second.
Is Cranouche a name that was mentioned in my private conversation?
Yep.
And so what did Faye say about it?
That you're not ready
to face Cranouche. Okay.
If Hirja's next henchman is waiting for us down there, we should be ready for another big fight.
Well, I do have it on good authority that we're not.
It does seem like a bad idea to try to rush in and grab them, but I don't know. I figure watching, observing might not hurt.
Okay. I am going to cast disguise self. Wait, is that concentration? Is this familiar? Is not concentration, so it's fine. It is, but it's fine. Or it's not. Okay, it's fine. I'm going to cast disguise self, just in case. You never know what'll happen. I'll become. I don't know what's good. What's useful? Odyssey, something like that, maybe. Just like something in case they notice us that like will confuse them. Is there like I could become the same enemy as before, but obviously Llewellyn would know what's up with that.
Like Odyssey would be metal. You're like haunting Llewellyn with
sure. Okay, I'll be Odyssey, and then Josephine will try to sneak closer to see what's going on.
So Kendall looks away for a brief second, blinks, and like Odyssey and Josephine are standing right in front of him. He says,
"Okay, I'm gonna warn them. I don't want to freak them out."
This is a strange joke. So what do you want to do?
Oh, I just thought in case they notice us, it would be good if we had may as well, right? Anyway, yeah, Josephine is sneaking forward while I'm warged and attempting to see what is happening, where the audio is coming from.
Okay, Bayou, give me a perception check.
Okay. Uh, 19.
Okay. As you watch Josephine flip forward and you hear these kind of these phrases going back and forth, these sentences kind of echo in your mind. You kind of you hear the word like sigil in the grinding mechanical voice. And then you hear insolence in Llewellyn's voice.
Does Bay know about the sigils?
No.
Okay.
But there are just kind of random words from that conversation being repeated.
Okay. And that's all Bay hears?
That's what Bay is hearing.
Okay.
Is that also what Josephine is hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'll say, like, I have a feeling this isn't a conversation that's happening right now.